A warm Namibian welcome to all our name call learners and everybody else interested in learning to speak and write better English. We appreciate your company. This is the first in a series of 5 radio lessons for advanced subsidiary English second language learners. In this radio learning program, we are going to talk about paragraph construction. If you are struggling with putting good paragraphs together, you are now at just the right place. This radio lesson will walk you through exactly what you need to know so that you can write essays successfully and with confidence. So, our lesson objectives for this lesson are to help you identify and use 3 types of sentences within a paragraph, and to organize ideas cohesively and coherently when writing essays. Cohesively means the sentences will relate well to one another, and coherently means they will be logical and easy to understand. I'll explain more later. Let's get started. Firstly, we look at the general structure of an essay. I'm sure you know what an essay has: an introduction, body, and conclusion. The essay is divided into paragraphs. You know this too. Let's move on. A paragraph comprises mainly 3 types of sentences. These include the topic sentence, some developing or supporting sentences, and the concluding sentence. Let's discuss the functions of the different types of sentences within a paragraph. The topic sentence spells out the main idea of the paragraph. It encapsulates or brings together in a single sentence all that is found in the paragraph. The topic sentence should give your reader a good idea of what the whole essay is about. Next, we'll talk about the functions of the developing or supporting sentences before we'll move on to the concluding sentence. The topic sentence tells your readers the main idea of the paragraph, and then these sentences develop that idea. For the same reason, these sentences are also described as supporting sentences, because they support the topic sentence and ideas. Finally, we look at the function of the concluding sentence. You will notice that we talk about the topic sentence, the concluding sentence, but several developing or supporting sentences. So we are saying there is only one topic sentence per paragraph and one concluding sentence too. The concluding sentence finishes what the topic sentence introduced. It concludes the issues raised by the developing sentences as they expanded the topic sentence. In a way, they summarize what has been highlighted in the paragraph in one convincing and decisive general statement. Learners, now that you know more about the types of sentences that help us build proper and meaningful paragraphs, let's take another good look at those terms: coherence and cohesion. These terms are very important for any writing effort. Understanding them will help us create compact paragraphs and properly knit essays. Let's investigate the meanings again. Cohesion refers to tying together old and new information so that the sentences and paragraphs flow easily from one to another. Cohesion is achieved by using so-called cohesive devices, such as conjunctions, pronouns, synonyms, and transitional phrases. Conjunctions. These are and, but, therefore, unless, and so on. Pronouns are those short words we could use instead of a name every time. We introduce the name and afterwards say he, she, it, they, us, and so on. Synonyms are similar ideas. One time you say false, the next time you use the word untrue, or you use a metaphor to say the same thing. Synonyms, ne? And transitional phrases are similar to conjunctions in that they combine sentences. Examples are instead of, on the other hand, and so on. As you can see, cohesion has to do with the grammatical aspect of writing. Let's hear a few examples again. Please listen to the following paragraph and think about how it sounds. It is about our coastal town of Walvis Bay.
Walvis Bay is renowned for its deep natural harbor. Walvis Bay's harbor enables ready access by international cargo ships. Walvis Bay is also known for the Walvis Bay skyline. With a high density of skyscrapers, Walvis Bay boasts having the second largest number of skyscrapers in any city in the world.
Listeners, if it wasn't for the beautiful female voice that was reading the paragraph, I may have fallen asleep. Wasn't it utterly boring? The paragraph actually has some interesting facts. So what made it so terribly boring? I'll tell you. It's the unnecessary repetition of some words that makes the paragraph longer and harder to understand. Let's hear it again, but this time, while she reads, I would like you to think of ways to make the paragraph sound better. Here it goes.
Walvis Bay is renowned for its deep natural harbor. Walvis Bay's harbor enables ready access by international cargo ships. Walvis Bay is also known for the Walvis Bay skyline with its high density of skyscrapers. Walvis Bay boasts having the second largest number of high-rise buildings in any city in the world.
I'm sure you have thought of quite a few replacement words to use. Synonyms, conjunctions, and pronouns, all to achieve better cohesion. Now listen to our effort as well. I'm sure you will enjoy it better this time.
Walvis Bay is renowned for its deep natural harbor, which enables ready access by international cargo ships. It is also distinguished by its skyline with a very high density of skyscrapers. The territory boasts of the second largest number of high-rises in any city in the world.
What did we do? I used the conjunction which, referring to Walvis Bay the second time, the pronoun it, and the territory another time, to avoid saying Walvis Bay all the time. I would like you, learners, to look for as many transitional words as possible and find out what they mean and how they are used. There are these ones, for example, therefore, hence, in addition, thus. A word such as therefore shows a cause and effect relationship. How can you effectively use it in a sentence? Listen to this. One of my favorite hobbies is traveling. Therefore, I decided to get a job that paid me to travel because I could not afford my habit. You can easily establish the cause and effect relationship in this sentence, don't you? Yes, it is achieved by the conjunction therefore. One other way in which to achieve cohesion is through the use of chronological sequencing. Your ideas should flow, and to achieve this, you should use appropriate words that carry the essence of what you are saying. For chronological sequencing, one can use words and phrases such as in the beginning, then, initially, and such words depending on the order of the information you are giving. There are 6 main ways to create cohesion. We'll just briefly mention them now. In future lessons, we should be able to unpack them in more detail. These cohesion tools are reference, substitution, ellipsis, lexical chains, cohesive nouns, and conjunctions. Next, let's talk about coherence. Simply, coherence deals with the quality of being logical, consistent, and able to be understood. Coherence deals with the rhetorical aspect of writing, which include developing and supporting arguments, synthesizing, organizing, and clarifying ideas. Coherence is about logical order, whereas cohesion was about helpful links or glue in your writing. So here is a question. Can a piece of writing be coherent and not cohesive, or cohesive and not coherent? To give you the answer, imagine a building, say a house. Cohesion, which we discussed before, is the cement and tiles. The glue, the smaller details that make up the structure, whilst coherence is the outline of the building, the big picture. These 2 elements have to be put together in a certain way to create a beautiful building. If you have cement, bricks, and tiles thrown together in a haphazard manner, you can get them glued together, but you may not have a building. So, to answer the question, you can have cohesion without coherence. But coherence is not possible without cohesion. Remember, coherence is about understanding. When a person is feverish, we say he speaks incoherently. Nobody understands him. It doesn't make sense. Coherence is the most important requirement of any communication, including in an essay. Well, listeners, for today we have done enough. We will continue to discuss these concepts in future lessons. Let's go out there and look for cohesion and coherence in all the texts that we read. Please join me again soon for lesson 2. Until then, be blessed.
This lesson is produced by NAMCOL with funding from the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture.